So I wanted to talk about this because it is absolutely massive, chat. And by the way, the crash outs on Twitter and TikTok from, these BLM activists, the black community, have been absolutely insane, chat. It is such a fucking joke. I don't understand how anybody could be against putting a murderer in prison, but here we are.
Carmelo Anthony was just found
The big
guilty
2026
of
chat.
murdering Austin Metcalf and was sentenced to 35 years in prison. But already, people
Based, but he deserved life, not 35 years.
are seemingly calling for race riots, as CNN immediately frames a verdict as racist.
Carmelo Anthony said, well, push me. See what happens then. And he pushed him, and that is when Carmelo Anthony rummaged through his bag, took out a knife, and the jury has determined that when that knife went into the chest of the victim, Austin Metcalf, that was murder.
If it was up to
Yeah. Getting shoved does not justify stabbing someone in the heart. You have to have equal force, equal response. Shoving someone does not mean you get to stab them in the fucking heart. It means you get to shove them back. That's insane. What do you what retard gets shoved and is like, man, he shoved me. I gotta stab him in the fucking heart.
CNN, you'd think an inanimate object just magically ended Austin's life, as they desperately try to frame this as anything other than murder.
He had a knife. We don't know why he had a knife. He did not take the stand. This was a self-defense case. And what was in Carmelo Anthony's head was so important because if he subjectively believed that he was going to be killed or seriously bodily injured by Austin Metcalf, who is the victim now, then he had a right to take out a knife.
Saying
No. There was no... The situation they were in was not in any way a threat to Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony was the main aggressor. I mean, this is just absolutely insane. The absolute framing and the twists and turns these people are willing to fucking take.
Austin, who is the victim now, is insanely evil phrasing. He's the only victim, he's the only one not with us now because of what Carmelo Anthony admittedly did. It's the simplest of cases, unless your network is full of racists.
Then he had a right to take out a knife.
A black man who has now been charged with murder of a young white man. Anthony was in this tent. He was asked to leave. He was being confronted and in some ways intimidated, provoked by larger athletes, and he was fearful of his life, and he pulled out that knife.
If he was so fearful, why didn't he simply leave the tent as requested? But no, they're just desperate to frame the murderer as the bigger victim.
Now, this shit is so exhausting, man. This shit is so fucking exhausting. We are at the point where we can't say, hey, this was wrong. You can't murder someone. They turned a black and white issue and turned it into this weird identity politics bullshit.
The only thing worse than CNN was Court TV.
Questioning the jury, I asked him, how did you reach your verdict? How did you reach it so quickly? What happened? It was a 4-inch knife. He used it one time. He was pushed. I'm not saying that it was right, but what are you doing? How?
You don't need to think that hard about it. It's pretty fucking simple. Yeah, it's not fucking rocket science.
How did you get this verdict? I'm enraged right now. This is very upsetting.
Even stooping to defenses previously only seen in racist memes.
My child has deep regret. My family has deep regret. He is a scholar. He has the opportunity to turn his life around. She needed to be talking about her son in the future to get them to see who he could be outside of this, and she was not prepped and ready for that.
Suggesting
Yeah, if you stab someone in the heart, I don't really give a shit. I don't really give a shit if you're a scholar.
you can imprison my son, he's a future scholar, just proves you're willing to overlook murder based solely on race. We simply can't reason with this level of weapons-grade stupidity, but sadly, there's actually activists listening to this logic. After the guilty verdict, chanting "say his name" as if Carmelo was the victim.
Carmelo!
singing and jumping around, attempting to antagonize the other side.
And we see that, but you're not gonna do with a man. That's weak. That's weak. Kid.
Now, luckily, this guy was eventually arrested, but he wasn't the only one getting confrontational.
Anytime a white man or a white child can go and put their hands aggressively on anybody and something like this occur, it's self-defense. You put your hand on me and see how I respond.
In what world would anybody think I was for putting violent murderers in prison until his angry supporters got in my face, basically suggesting something similar to me? If anything, it just proves how unfixable this perpetual victim mentality really is. As
BLM absolutely fucking broke the black community, man. Blacks have been absolutely fucking mind broken by BLM and identity politics. I think those two things are the worst thing to ever happen to the blacks. Unironically.
Already know, even covering this story as moderately as possible, I'm definitely going to receive death threats in my DMs by idiots that think they're anonymous.
Yeah, I've been seeing that on Twitter. Apparently people have been getting like a lot of death threats and stuff for, you know, saying the reasonable thing that, you know, he deserves fucking 30, he deserves life because he's a murderer.
As some people are just seemingly evil.
What do you want us to do? What do you want us to do at this point? What? I'm lost for words. I don't know what to do.
Not stab someone in the heart.
I got five boys. I don't know what. I ain't got nothing to tell them no more. You can't walk away no more.
Rest in peace, Trayvon Martin.
Now, obviously the answer is just tell your kids not to commit murder. But in the sea of
that simple, chat.
Reasonable responses to this is, how does she have 5 kids but isn't working on a Tuesday afternoon? As for several days, she's been out there proudly broadcasting her racism.
If evidence does come out that Carmelo was not in fact fighting for his life when he stabbed and killed Austin Metcalf, do you think that the black community will accept that?
If evidence shows that he did not, no, we're gonna stand by ours regardless. They stand by theirs.
Once again proving you can't reason with this.
Yeah, you can't reason. These people aren't reasonable. You can't reason with retards.
Why waste your energy explaining that murder is evil when essentially her whole argument is bigotry? The problem being, the BLM riots proved she's not alone in this.
Black criminals! Black criminals!
Most people aren't even aware that this entire movement openly endorses black criminals, believing they're basically incapable of not committing murder. It's insanely racist to think this, but they somehow not only believe it, but crowdfund over $600,000 to a guy found guilty of murder, openly admitting
absolutely
they won't spend it on
insane,
his defense,
man.
but other stuff for the family, because being on trial for the murder you committed.
That is absolutely insane. The fact that, like, damn, $600,000
is injustice. It's actually scary to think
I'm in the wrong business.
A
Good
family
Lord.
can make over $500,000 because some people see a black student stabbing a white student and immediately rush to send him money. As simply put, one side wants to see justice while the other is just openly racist, complaining about the racial.
Well, actually, you can't be racist to whitey's decoy. I would appreciate it if you got your facts straight, man.
Makeup of the jury.
This is a racist country. We're in a racist state.
Then leave.
This is a racist court. There ain't nothing else to talk about. When has a white boy been before an all-black jury? Tell us, media. Tell us, white folks. When has a white boy been before an all-black jury? Never.
How's it murder? Is he asked? Is he okay?
But the Black Panthers.
Are you okay? I know I just stabbed you in the chest, but are you okay?
Weren't the only
yeah,
ones
that makes it better.
angry over this.
That a black boy was allowed, not one black
soul.
Wait, did he say these are the Black Panthers?
But the Black Panthers weren't the only ones angry over this.
Oh, okay. Oh, so wait, those previously were the Black Panthers. Okay.
Was allowed not one black soul on a jury. An all white jury.
As yes, that does seem like a concern we should at least consider, until you read exactly why there were no black jurors. As many of the dismissed potential jurors stated they couldn't imagine putting a brother in jail.
Fucking idiots, dude. They are so fucking stupid. Jesus, they are the biggest fucking retards in the world.
They can't make a decision about somebody so young. One mistake doesn't make you a bad person.
That's debatable.
And I don't feel comfortable finding an African-American male guilty of murder.
Why? Why is this such a horrible thing? Why can black people do no wrong? Can blacks do no wrong? Are they incapable of murder? Why?
As none of those jurors are able to give an unbiased judgment on the case. And
yeah, so they should not be a part of the jury. That's how jury selection works.
Reasonably should immediately be dismissed from the jury. But instead of blaming those individual jurors for their bias, they again blame racism. As plainly put, placing racists on the jury is their version of justice. As when a guy holds a sign showing Irina Zarutska, someone couldn't help but punch him. There was absolutely no reason for that, other than to advertise you have zero self-control, and nobody will be surprised.
A lot of them don't.
When you too are tried for a violent crime, but then insanely admitting they wish Carmelo killed Austin's twin brother as well. It's
yeah, you know, it's funny. I don't know. I gotta be careful with how I word this. I gotta think about how I'm gonna word this here, chat. African Americans are very self-destructive, and they alone will make you more racist than anybody else could ever make you racist.
Sad to see society slip this far, where we'd like to hear what the other side has to say, but literally nothing can be gained listening to anybody who not only wants to free someone guilty of murder based solely on race, but wishes they murdered more innocent kids based solely on race. So if you appreciate my concise, sometimes lighthearted commentary on the tragic status of today's reality, hopefully I've earned your subscription and you'll subscribe to Decoy.
Already subscribed, Chief!
Boy.
There you have it, gamers. That is the Carmelo Anthony situation. Convicted. Fucking based. Awesome. 35 years. Should have been life, but bears can't be choosers, I suppose. Absolutely insanity. It's insane that we live in a world where we can't say murder is bad. That's fucking insane. That is absolutely insane. I don't know what happened, like what happened for the black community to be this fucking bad. I don't know what happened. I don't know what transpired, but good lord, it's fucking terrible, man. It's fucking horrible. Like, jeez. We can't agree on a simple moral, I guess, quote unquote dilemma. We can't agree if murder is bad or not. We truly live in a society